Alright, yep, so I'm back. So I'm just gonna give you guys just a little quick taste of what I do, my nightly routine, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the first thing that we need is a washcloth. Make sure you moisten it up with some warm water. So just get it covered with the warm water and then just wring it out. And then you're just gonna put it on your head like this. I can tell you right now, I don't really need to do this because I've been kind of sweating and stuff because it's hot inside here, so my hair is kind of moist anyway. But this is after you're ready to maybe go to bed or whatever. This is when I do this. I do it at night. You can either do it during the day or at night, whenever you have time to do it. But you have to do this particular step. You have to do this every day. All right. So go ahead. Make sure your hair is all moisturized. Blah blah blah. So looks like it's done now. Alright, so our hair is nice and moist and everything. You don't want it wet, just like moist. You bring your hand across, your hand shouldn't come off soaking wet. Your hand should be like slightly damp, but it shouldn't be wet, okay? If it's wet, then dry off your hair a little bit. Get our moisturizer, got the olive oil cream, alright? It's gonna be kind of hard for me to see because I don't have a mirror. But I took like just a little finger glove full, right? Put it in the hand like so. And then coat both hands. And then just put it in. Try and get as much inside your hair as possible. What you want to do is you want to try to basically kind of rub it in as much as you can. You don't have to spend all your night trying to rub it in. Just about like this is enough. You might still see some of it inside my hair, and I mean that's fine. Don't worry about it. Next thing you do is you're brushing. All right. I told you this is the most important thing. Your brushing is the most important thing. If you don't brush enough, your waves are gonna come in, son. Straight. It's real tough. All right. What I do now, I actually noticed earlier that I haven't waved in like a year. I haven't tried to get waves in like a year, but looking inside my head, I can actually kind of see some waves inside there. Maybe it's because I've done it before. Maybe it's my kind of natural hair texture. They're not like noticeable waves, but I can see that it's there. So you're gonna notice, especially in the top of your hair, your waves are gonna come in first there. It's the easiest place to get waves. And for that reason, we're gonna brush the top of our head less than we brush everywhere else. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and I say brushing your hairs is straightforward. So you're just gonna brush like that, and brushing is just gonna be even strokes. You don't brush too fast, you don't brush too slow. So you're just brushing, and you might see some stuff coming on the front of my head. Don't worry about that. So you're just brushing. I hold the brush like this, and I just kind of brush from the crown of your head forward. Now, when you do this, what I do is some people say you gotta brush for 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. I find that, my arms get tired after a while when it comes to brushing. So what I actually do is I count the amount of times I brush. Now, let's say to start right now, you'd want to brush like 100 strokes. So this is one stroke, that's one stroke. So brush 100 times at the top of your head, 150 on the sides, 150 in the back. All right, and this is where we're gonna stay for a little while until we can start seeing something coming in. It's gonna probably equate to maybe like 3 to 5 minutes of brushing, and you're gonna do this during the night, and you're gonna do it during the morning as well. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything brushed so I can finish that off. As I said, 100 strokes on top, 150 on the sides, 150 in the back. All right, and we'll go from there. All right, so finished our brushing. You know, I'm kind of dizzy now. My eyes closed all this time and I was too bright. But okay, finished our brushing, and what we're gonna do is, at this point, once the hair is all brushed in, we're gonna just use our hands just like this, just to kind of smooth everything down. And you basically do that with your hands in the same motion that you're brushing. So once again, the top, you're going forward, down sides, and down the back, just like that. Once we're done, you just go ahead and you put your do-rag on. Firstly, one thing with the do-rag, I normally turn mine inside out because you can see the little seam on the inside. You don't want that to create a line going down the middle of your head. So I turn it inside out so it's smooth. And I also tie up the little tail part hanging on the back. Normally you tie it up first and then you adjust it just by pulling the knot out, like once you put it on, just in case it's not fitting you properly. I have a big head, so I had to like adjust this like all the way out. A lot of people have like a lot of like tail coming out. So you put on the do-rag like so. So both tails of the do-rag are hanging on the side, and your crease should be coming right down the front. And then go ahead and you tie it. Oh, no, what I've done as well with mine, these two tails are actually separated. I've basically tied mine off already. I normally do this when it's on, but I tied it off so it's just one loop. So what I do is I throw that loop over the back, and I pull in, like so. I tighten it, and you see the loop still there. So I tighten it, I bring that loop forward, I cross over again. Here's the loop, and then I put it over again on the back, like that. And you'll have to adjust it like this. I've used this do-rag a lot, so it's already adjusted to kind of fit my head. And then I pull the little tail part down the back, pull it down just to tighten on the top of your head. And that is about it, my friends. So you got it that. However you want to wear it after, that's up to you. And I'm going to tuck the tail part into the back or into the actual band. So I don't like it rubbing on my neck and stuff. Feels kind of weird. So you got it up. Do-rags on tight, and your hair is protected. I've showed you the brushing technique. The only difference, I say, as I said, you either do this first thing in the morning, or you have to do this first thing in the morning when you get out the shower, and in the evening as well. I think doing those 100, 150, 150, 150 strokes at the least twice a day is the minimum that you need to start getting waves. You can brush your hair more often, brush it more often, and you should start seeing a little bit of progress. All right.